This came out of nowhere, but it seems like that now Prison Architect 2 has changed their developer. And if you're like, wait, what do you mean change the developer? They switched some of the developers out? No, they completely ditched Double 11, which was the studio which has been working on Prison Architect 1 after the original developers, right, developed a lot of DLCs, and then took over in Prison Architect 2 and worked on Prison Architect 2 from the beginning till now. So they have been working on this franchise for 9 years, and now, just a few months before the release, Paradox ditched the studio for Coco. I think that's how they are pronounced. They're a Brazilian developer who has been actually co-developing Prison Architect 2 since autumn last year. And they have been doing like a lot of port work, and they have been working on some of the technical things. And now they are taking completely over. And to make this very clear, this is not normal for the gaming industry. As somebody who has been working in that industry for now nearly 12 years in certain positions and now doing this here on YouTube as well, I can tell you, no, this is not normal. You are not ditching a developer like that. Like, even in the middle of the project or at the beginning of the project, that's certainly a big deal, but not what? 4 months before the release? And keep in mind, they have postponed the game from May, which should have been out already at this point, into September. And they cited that they have technical difficulties and they cannot, in good faith, release the game in which state it is in. So they had to postpone it again. But now they are talking a little bit more about the things which happened here, and it seems like there was a much, much bigger problem happening in the background instead of just technical difficulties. And they are saying that with the sequel passing certifications on all platforms, the contract was fulfilled. Yeah, but you probably wanted to keep them around because they have been working on this game for so long. They know the Prison Architect IP in and out. They know Prison Architect longer than the original developers, right, at this point. So it's like, huh? And however, and this is the important part here, however, we could not find a commercial agreement that worked for both parties moving forward and mutually agreed to part ways. What that basically means is they had a very different vision on what they wanted to get out of the community when it comes to asking for money later down the road, aka DLCs. And unfortunately, knowing Paradox track record with DLCs, expansions, and so on, this is not a good sign. Like, we talked about this even in a previous video, that I hope that with all the changes and all the mishaps on Paradox side, that they finally realize things have to change. And if Paradox would be in a better situation than they are right now, then I would say, okay, this is a good sign, right? They probably figured out that they pushed it too far, that they cut out too many features and sold them later as DLCs, as Paradox sometimes likes to do, and so on and so forth, right? I would normally see this as a positive sign for Paradox and this game. But again, we are not in that position. We are at the opposite side, where things are not looking too great. And they are saying that after talking to multiple studios, Koku was found to be the best fit to the game going forward, as they are veterans in the gaming industry and also longtime fans of Prison Architect. As I said, they have been working on this game since last autumn. And veterans, I looked at their website. It seems like they did a lot of port work and they helped out a lot of studios, and they did a lot of Roblox games. That's apparently the most games they worked on. And I'm curious what they can bring to the table. I'm just fearing a bit that it was a decision made purely from a money perspective, right? Double 11 was maybe asking too much, or was wanting to take more time, and Paradox maybe said, nah, ain't gonna happen. Again, I would love to give Paradox the benefit of the doubt here, but they have been showing too often in the past, and especially in the last few months, that they do not. right? They do not get the benefit of the doubt anymore because they have screwed up too often. So it's a pretty big deal. Be prepared that this game is getting postponed again. If they don't postpone it, I am very cautious now about the state this game would be in. Again, even if the developer has been working on this since autumn, a studio completely taking over a game is still very different. I mean, one of the reasons why Double 11, or so they say, took over Prison Architect was the original developer was gone, right? And they realized, well, it's not our game, it's not our code, it's not our thing. Let's make Prison Architect 2. And of course, because Paradox wanted that to happen, of course. But that was definitely one of the reasons. So taking over a game like that, that is not a simple thing you just do on the weekend, right? So I'm very much concerned now for the Prison Architect 2 feature, and we have to see where this is going. I definitely keep it posted, but as I said, I wouldn't be too surprised if they are postponing it again, or, well, we have to see which state this game is coming out. With that said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, even though it was pretty bad news, please leave a like under the video if you haven't yet. And also, if you want to see more strategy games, which we are solely focusing here on the Mole Under Management channel, I would also appreciate if you might consider to subscribe. It would help me out quite a big deal. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe. I'll see you next time.